Hey guys, it's been a while since I updated, but this is the current standing on project TJ-6 Overland. The rack is about done. Still waiting on some custom attachments that I designed. These are just temporary right now. They're tack welded onto these outer bars, and these crossbars just kind of sleeve into those, but I have something a little bit more tricky in mind that'll raise the tent up about a centimeter, so it clears in places like that a little bit better. And right now this bar is sitting on the center bow of my soft top, which is not ideal. But this is the iKamper Sky Camp. I got this on Facebook Marketplace for a really decent price, less than half what they are new, and it's a little bit tired, but nothing I can't fix myself. So it's as it stands right now, it's strong enough to hold my wife and my daughter with the rack temporarily rigged up, but I climbed in there by myself, but I didn't move around at all. So in the next couple weeks, I should have the custom attachments back from the CNC shop, and I'll get those welded in, and it'll be good to go. It'll be ready to go to paint. But the problem now is that obviously it barely fits in this garage, and my garage at home barely clears just the bar, so I can't be driving around with this thing on the Jeep for long periods of time, for weeks on end, because I can't park at home. I gotta park in a parking lot outside across the street, which is fine. Crime isn't bad here, but it's kind of a pain in the butt. So I want to be able to take the tent off and store it when I don't need it. So what I'm doing is building a hoist, so I can hoist it up into this cavity here in the ceiling, in between the beams here. I did some bro search on YouTube and Google, and came up with some ideas of how to lighten loads through pulleys and stuff, and this is what I'm working on right now. It'll be 4 bars, 2 static bars which will mount on brackets, one bracket on that beam there, and the other bracket on the wall here, and that'll be the front static bar, and this will be the rear static bar, front and rear, pertaining to the front of the tent and the back of the tent. So how it'll work is I'll have a series of metal cords or cables that will run on pulleys, and they'll run down to these 2 lower bars, front and rear. These I'll call the hoist bars. So what'll happen is I'll pull this group of cables, and for the front bar, the cable will come up over this 5 centimeter pulley, and it'll go around one of these 3 centimeter pulleys down. This is a compound pulley system, so this is designed to reduce the amount of weight that I'm pulling through these cables. It's kind of technical, but bear with me. So the cable will go over the first 3 centimeter pulley wheel, down, and over this first 3 centimeter pulley wheel. Then it'll come back up again over the second 3 centimeter pulley wheel, and then down over the second pulley wheel down there, and then it'll come back up and tie into this bar statically. So it'll be, you know, permanently tied to this bar at that point. And there'll be a second cable that comes over, skips this pulley, comes down, and this will actually be a 3-centimeter pulley wheel, like this one. So it'll come around that pulley wheel, down to the first one on the bottom, and back up to the second one here, down to the second one down there, and then back up, and just like on the other side, it'll mount statically to the top or somewhere to this bar. And what that does, from what I understand, the amount of weight, the amount of effort that it takes to pull the cable down will be 1/4 what it would be to actually lift whatever I'm lifting up. Whatever these cables are lifting up, if I were to lift it up without the cables, it would be a certain weight. But with the cables and the pulleys the way it is now, it'll be 1/4 of that weight. So you can see this lifts up pretty easily. I'm just using, you know, I could do it with 2 fingers. So how it'll work with, so this is the front static bar and lift bar, hoist bar, whatever I called it before. So for the rear bar, I want to tie the rear bar into the same system. So what I'm going to do is have a third cable come up over that same 5-centimeter pulley, and then it'll hit into this 5-centimeter pulley and come across horizontally. And then imagine this static bar is further back, because this being the front one, the rear one is going to be back here. So the front bar, it's actually the opposite. The Jeep is going to be backed into the garage. But the front static bar will be mounted there, and the back static bar will be somewhere in this area here. So this distance is actually going to be a lot more. So that third cable will come across, wrap around this hoist, around this wheel, and then come across. Imagine this, like I said, imagine this this bar is further back, and it'll catch another wheel just like this, come around this way, and then it'll going through the same series of 3-centimeter pulleys like I have on this bar. It'll go around once, twice, and then tie off. And then the second, actually a fourth cable will come up, follow that same path. Once, twice. Actually, no, I'm sorry. The fourth cable will come up around the 5 here. The 5, then the 5, and then it'll skip this pulley, come down to this end, just like this one, and then around once, twice, and then tie off on this end of this this static bar. And so what that'll leave me with is 4 cables that I'll be able to grab onto with a small winch. I haven't decided what kind of winch I'm going to go with yet. I found, I can't remember the name of it now. There's a little mini winch that I found. It's like My Lifter or something like that, which would actually be pretty cool. You can control it with an app on your cell phone. So that's pretty trick. I can just push a button and, you know, let the whole thing do the work for me. What I would do is I'd back the Jeep in the garage into this corner, and then take the hoist bars, and I'd lower them and then manually sort of stuff one bar underneath here in the front, and stuff one bar in the back. And obviously I'd have to, you know, detach the brackets, the mounting brackets, and then I could just stand back and push the app on my phone and lower it, or raise the tent up into this cavity right here. I'm planning on relocating this light. I actually hate these lights. I think I want to just get some more of these and maybe mount one here and one over here or something. These lights are a pain in the ass. And the bike obviously is going to go somewhere else. But I'll try and attach some 3D renderings that I did of what the tent might look like when it's tucked up in there. And as it is, it will only hang down about, I think about 8 centimeters from the bottom face of that beam, which is really tidy. Because those beams they're pretty high up. And so if I can get the tent up that high, it's not going to affect anything that I'm doing down here when I'm working in the garage at my tool bench or anything. I'll probably have some sort of safety latch that once I winch the tent up, I'll put some sort of latch on it, some sort of solid system that's bolted to the wall, so there's no chance that it's going to come down on top of me while I'm working. But yeah, so that's where the project stands right now. I'm looking forward to trying this tent out. I'm not supposed to get those attachments back until I think the 8th. So unfortunately, I have a camping trip on the 6th and 7th. I'm gonna have to just reinforce these temporary tack welds that I threw in here to hold these sleeves on and just run with it. But I don't know. That's where it's at right now. I guess I'll make another video once I get the hoist situated. Actually, maybe I'll make one tomorrow once I gotta get some more pulleys from the shop. These pulleys are actually pretty neat. You can buy them individually. They have a whole rack of them. Unfortunately, they were running low, so I took all the 3 centimeter ones that they had, and they had to buy more. They had to order more, so they should be in tomorrow afternoon. So I'll try and make another video tomorrow and post that with the whole system sort of mocked up. I'm not going to drill any holes yet because I'm not exactly sure what my measurements are going to be as far as, width and length for where the where the bars have to be in accordance to the tent. So I don't know. I'm rambling on now at this point, so I'm going to cut the video short. But stay tuned. See ya.